the whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today we have got some more reveals to go over and also some additional news that I also want to cover in this video. If you guys are not already subbed to Zirksee 2, and in case you guys don't already know this, I will be posting my main gameplays where I do like weekly gameplay, new card gameplay, stuff like that over on my second channel this year. Pack and Play No Money Spent, it's going to stay over here, but make sure you guys go ahead and sub to Zirksee 2 if you guys are not already subbed, and also want to let you guys know that I did manage to get my hands on some next-gen Xboxes. I know that you guys, maybe if you've been around the channel for a while, if you've been around since, December, you probably remember Zirksee, where I was able to give away a next generation Xbox. I couldn't get my hands on anything else, a PlayStation 5, whatever. I tried very hard to, unfortunately could not. Well, I got very lucky, and I actually got my hands on a couple of Xboxes. So I'm thinking for the first week of Madden 22, I may run a giveaway over here on the channel. You guys let me know if you want to see it. And then when Christmas comes around, we're going to start up Zirksee again. And my plan is to give away a couple of next-gen consoles for you guys. I do want to give a shout-out to Phil Maynard for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to be shout-out in the next video, drop a like in the video. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, turn notification bell on, and comment down below, Noti Gang. But let's get to the video. So last night, Stephon Gilmore was revealed. And to be honest, it's actually not a bad card. Now, he's got 86 press, which is higher than his man and his zone at an 84 and 83 there. He's got 85 speed, 86 excel, 85 agility. And taking a look at the other top corners in terms of speed, coverage, and everything, he's not that far behind. So Gilmore, it's a solid card. Now, they also revealed this about 30 minutes before I actually posted my team builder prediction video, which makes you guys go ahead and check that out. But the Bucks, it's Sean Murphy Bunting. Spoiler, I did not predict him in that video. But he's got 88 speed and 88 acceleration. So a lot of these team builders, man, these cards are pretty good. There's a lot of good team builders. Deshaun Jackson, CeeDee Lamb, Sean Murphy Bunting. Like, there are so many good team builders. I'm very excited to see the rest of them because even though they're only 84 overalls and maybe, you want to get those 86, 87s, whatever, these cards are good. Now, also yesterday, EA actually did tweet out a little reveal trailer. But the thing is, I've covered everything that they went over in the trailer except for these two screenshots that I have for you guys to go over real quick, is you can see all the new player reveals. So, of course, we did not know all of these players beforehand, but you can see right here, looks like Sam Darnold is chem boosted up to a 75. So, I'm guessing he's a 74 overall to start the year. Looks like Damian Harris is a 76. Benny Snell is a 75. Chris Conley, 74. Marquise Goodwin, 74. Brashad Perriman, 74. Evan Ingram coming in a 78 overall. So you know he's going to be one of those really good budget, fast tight ends. He always is. 76 for Jimmy Graham. And we have Marcus Cannon at 77. We have Andrew Whitworth right there at 81 overall. So a little bit of reveals here, but also they revealed this right here. So it looks like they selected the quarterback position just to show the other QBs in the game. But you can see right here, we got a bunch of reveals. So we already know about Brady, Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, Lamar, but we didn't know about all the other guys. So the other 5 guys here, Ryan Tannehill, 82 overall. I don't believe we've seen him yet. Matt Stafford, 80. Kyler Murray, 80. Matt Ryan, 80. And Dak Prescott, 81. If you ask me, I think Dak kind of got cheated a little bit. Only being 81 overall seems a little bit low to me. Now, also, there were some Gridiron notes released yesterday, which a lot of the stuff with the Ultimate Teams, Gridiron notes that came out, I've already covered before, but there is one thing I'm going to go over in that. However, I am going to go over something in this really quickly as well, and this is the community playtest feedback. So when we actually played the beta, we can see what changed. So here is the feedback with the most votes and comments from the actual beta forums, and we can see what they did. So catching, receivers and DBs need to be more aggressive in attacking the ball. I agree. Defenders don't always go for the interception. Also agree. And the catch mechanics aren't always responsive. There was a lot of work done on catching that did not not make either of the playtest builds, so we were anticipating some issues with catching, and players definitely noticed them. There may not be a more important system in gameplay than catching, and in that vein, players will experience a lot of improvements to jump height logic to give players more appropriate catch radiuses, and there's also more logic that increases catch aggressiveness for both offense and defense at the catch point. One really important additional change we want players to be aware of is that holding Y/triangle to play ball on defense in Madden 22 will carry more risk. Because there are less multiplayer catches being used, defenders playing the ball have more chances to miss the ball, whereas the range for swats have been increased, making the swat mechanic the more conservative but safer play on defense compared to always going for the pick. So that is interesting. I have a feeling some of you guys probably will not like that, but it does add something new to the game. Next up is player movement. So player movement is too slow, player movement is authentic, don't change it. And then also there should be a bigger difference between big players versus small players in speed. So they said with a lot of players experiencing the current console generation for the first time, which is Series X/S and PlayStation 5, the feedback towards next-gen player movement was very polarizing for the second year in a row. After many years on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, we know how big that adjustment is for players, but we are confident a more realistic movement system that is using data straight from the NFL is what's best for our players in the future of Madden. That being said, we will continue iterating on next-gen player movement, and some of these specific issues player called out have been tuned and improved. One frequent example mentioned from the playtest was desire for bigger, heavier players show more differentiation in speed than smaller, faster players. We've done some tuning to widen that gap between the fastest players in the league and everybody else. However, two important pieces of the movement equation that we want to mention is that acceleration and change of direction are just as important as speed. The acceleration rating controls how long it takes for a player to reach top speed, and the change of direction controls how long it takes a player to turn, while the speed rating controls how fast a player runs when at top speed. With a relatively small ratings range within the acceleration rating, when there's a bunch of players between 80 to 84 to excel across many positions from defensive line to receiver, some bigger players will still reach their top speed faster than some smaller players with lower excel. However, the big players with lower change of direction ratings will be slower when turning and cutting, regardless of their speed and acceleration. Also, they did mention, crashing and soft locks. Of course, they're going to adjust that. Now, on some more stuff they actually did. You guys can see right there a bunch of bugs that were fixed, like dive tackles being too powerful, receivers dropping the ball really late after the catch, stuff like that. Down here, you guys can see situational pursuit tuning and edge rush is too powerful. So we made an effort to make the pass rush heavier across all modes to get more realistic time in pocket and have the pass rush play a bigger part of balancing the game. We did this by unlocking non-engaged moves for AI-controlled pass rushers on the edge. These non-engaged moves are the speed rushes introduced in Madden 21 for user-controlled pass rushers. However, we did some additional levels of tuning to edge rush specifically so that the ratings matchup of the blocker versus defender is more heavily differentiated than in the playtest to increase the win chance for really good pass blockers and decrease the win chance for lower rated pass rushers. Another thing was too much pass rush pressure when rushing 2 or 3 on competitive game style. To further balance the increased pass rush in Madden 22, we've added some logic specific to the competitive game style so that it will be very difficult to get consistent pressure when rushing 3 or less, which I love to hear that. Gunslinger and QB releases changes, so it does say right here that they will be looking to actually distribute Gunslinger to more quarterbacks in head-to-head. I believe actually only Rodgers has it to start 22. In head-to-head and franchise mode anyways. We will continue investigating ways to improve QB releases for farther title updates while still ensuring that QBs are properly differentiated and that all QBs cannot make every throw that elite QBs can. QB contains not always effective. Yeah, contains didn't really work that well in the beta. So contain animations now go deeper into the backfield, more conservative pursuit angles, keep contain after disengaging away from blocks. So they did actually fix that. Also, this is something that I think a lot of people are going to be very excited about. Improvement versus tight end delay fades. In Madden 21, tight end delay fades were ridiculous. Logic to improve QB contain logic versus delay blockers. Tuning to improve pass rusher logic to properly disengage away from a delay blocker. Logic to improve QB contain logic versus delay blockers double teams, and tuning the man coverage to stick in coverage on the tight end and delay longer. Now there was a little bit more stuff in there about like franchise and a couple other things in there as well, but nothing really too important or stuff that I didn't really care to cover because, this is really a Ultimate Team video anyways. There was some stuff about playbooks as well. They said they're going to look to update playbooks throughout the year. We'll see about that one. If you care about that franchise stuff, though, you guys go ahead and take a look at that over on EA site. Go over to the Gridiron Notes and find that out. But, as I said, the Ultimate Team Gridiron notes that released yesterday. Everything else in here, guys, I've already went over, like the campaign solos, all that. I've already went over. However, this is something we didn't specifically know about. We did know it was going to be in the game. We did know that there was not going to be like a home field advantage, but we never knew the specifics exactly about the dynamic game day stuff that is going to be in MUT. So we mentioned in our dynamic game day deep dive Gridiron notes that the home field advantage M factor will not be enabled in MUT, which we knew. However, we still want to bring the dynamic game day experience into Madden Ultimate Team and handpicked various M factors with the intention of creating a fun experience, but also keeping our more competitive players in mind. You'll be able to experience and engage with M factors in all modes in Madden Ultimate Team, which means there's going to be in head-to-head, these are going to be in, weekend league, whatever. Here are some of the M factors enabled for launch. Now, I'm not sure exactly how you do this, guys. I'm not sure if it's going to be certain stadiums you have to get. Boom, that's how you're going to get it. Or if it's just going to be completely random. When you load into a game, this is what you're going to get. So, with the momentum factor, basically, if you're doing really good, you're getting first downs, you're making big plays, you're getting touchdowns, picks, whatever, you're going to see the momentum kind of switch to your side, and that's when these are going to get activated here. So, Instinct, you can see your opponent's intended pass target. Okay, it's kind of cool, yes. Hold the line, your team will have improved blocking. Adrenaline, you'll have infinite stamina during plays. That sounds pretty OP, not gonna lie. That can definitely pretty crazy there. Shook, so the offensive player is distorted for the other team. So if you're on defense, the offensive player is going to be distorted. Zoned out, the other players cannot enter the zone. High and tight, you have a greatly reduced fumble chance. That sounds cool. Unstoppable, players cannot be knocked out of the zone. So that's pretty interesting there. And then check down, the away team's quarterback and the other team's quarterback has trouble seeing deeper receivers. So that is everything I wanted to go over with you guys today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure you drop a like in the video, and of course hit that sub button down below. I'm very curious to see, will this annoy me with these, M factors being in the game, the momentum factors? I'm not sure. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be fun, but also could be kind of annoying. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video though, and if you did, make sure you drop a like on it. See you guys next time.